So recently, there have been actually so many events being announced, also mostly because just Christmas is going to be around the corner. They kind of want to get the news out early because most likely nobody's working at that time. So today we're going to take a look at every event that's going to be announced, every Pokemon that's going to be announced. There are new Pokemon coming up in Pokemon GO. There have been changes towards them as well. A lot is coming up here basically, and because I found it a bit confusing, I could see that you found it a little bit confusing. And so today we're going to take a look at everything that you need to know for the next month in Pokemon GO, for especially PvP, but also outside of that. What are we going to have here? This is the first community day here, which is going to be happening on January 18th. This is, by the way, not directly in order here. Most of the rest is in order, but the community day for Grookey got announced quite early, so this was the first kind of news here. 18th of January, it's a community day that if you play PvP, you're very likely going to be able to skip unless this Pokemon is going to get an update in the future, because while it gets a drum beating, a new move that's very likely going to be an Icy Wind clone, it's a very likely not going to have any availability for PvP. It's still interesting, of course, to play because you're going to have a triple catch Stardust community today, which is going to be, of course, always nice. And by the way, of course, all of the graphics in today's video are going to be from Galaxy here, so definitely make sure to check them out as well. And as you can see as well, everything important is already on the screen. This is going to be it for the Grookey community today. Very likely not very interesting for a lot of players for anything other than, I think there are good Gigantamax raids or whatever, maybe you can get them like the charge moves or whatever for it, but generally speaking, this Pokemon itself is very likely not going to have too much play. Next up, we're going to have the Winter Holiday Part 2. We're going to have currently the Winter Holiday Part 1 going on already for a few days, and this is going to be happening here on the December 24th. It's going to change over to Part 2 with some Pokemon debut as well, where I definitely want to try to showcase the Roly-Coly at least, and we're going to take a look at afterwards as well on how strong this Pokemon is going to be. But in general, this event is going to be very, very interesting, because what we will see here as well is that we have a new Pokemon that's being released. It's a Fire and Rock type with a very, very good PvP stats, but also a lot of other Pokemon available in X, like here, for example, some costume Pokemon you're going to have here. Snom is going to be back. We have some interesting research encounters also with the Dedenne, which is going to be cool. Catching Pokemon may award items, which is nice, especially like charge teams would be really cool to get from that. Like, that is a new bonus that hasn't been ever be available like this prior, as far as I know at least. And we're going to have here, of course, the Go Pass. In my opinion, the Go Pass is quite bad. I looked at it, I don't feel like it's worth it. But we're going to have also a Shiny Boost for certain Pokemon that you're most likely going to be able to encounter. Generally, here you see event-themed encounters. It's most likely going to be those in the wild as well, where we have a higher chance of having Shiny Dedenne, as well as Shiny Standler with a costume, which is going to be fantastic. Otherwise here, we're going to have also, again, still the raids that we currently have going on with the Charger Bug as well as the Sudowoodo, and we have the 1-star raid where Roly-Coly is going to be introduced as well. I'm going to try to do it as soon as like this is going to come out as well, and try to make a video immediately on this channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to have the winter weekend coming up here as well during the weekend after Christmas, which is going to be interesting because you're going to be able to get through research encounters as well, the Eevee with the hat on it as well, and you have a higher chance of getting this Pokemon as a shiny, which is going to be very cool as well. I like the shiny Eevees. This one I don't think you, oh, maybe it can evolve actually. I'm not too sure actually at this one if you can evolve or not, but generally shiny Eevee is kind of cool, and especially with the costume. So like, this is going to be a very cool event going to be over Christmas, and of course, again, as always, support Galaxy, please. Link is always in the description. Check them out. Very, very nice. They do the best graphics of Pokemon GO, and it's kind of nice to showcase. But what does Roly-Coly and the Carkol and the Coalossal do? Here's the thing. Carkol was actually nearly as good or like even better than the Coalossal prior because it has Incinerate. Incinerate got removed from the moveset for this Pokemon. Instead, it has no Fire Spin in the code, at least from what we've seen so far. So, Carkol, while it has actually, I think, a little bit better stats than Coalossal, yeah, just tiniest bit better stats than Coalossal, it's not going to be very impactful. It's now going to be worse because you're not going to have access to Incinerate, you have just access to the fast move of Fire Spin. And so, Coalossal is what it's all about, and it's going to be the cheaper Pokemon to build as well. Here, as you're going to see, it's going to have amazing stats, like 2,314 overall ranking. It's a little bit lower than what Azumarill has. Azumarill has 2,470, 2,452. But basically, Coalossal here is not an XL Pokemon. It's quite cheap to build. It has amazing stats for PvP, like literally amazing stats here with that, like nearly in the same book as the Azumarill. But you have actually better fast move than Azumarill with Incinerate. You have with the Rock side a very nice solid charge move as well, which is better than Rock Blast here for sure. And then you have Flame Charge, which is going to be a move that's also going to be a stat, but it's going to boost their own attack up. So like you have a bulky Pokemon with great coverage for its other type in the Rock Slide, and then you're going to have access to Flame Charge to boost their own attack up, which means that Coalossal is going to be an absolute monster for the Go Battle League as soon as it's going to be out. I can't wait to try this Pokemon out because it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Would really recommend you to give it a try. Like honestly, this Pokemon is going to be amazing. And as you guys see as well here, we can compare them really quick for the Great League. We see here that Coalossal is going to be fantastic. Like this Pokemon is going to be able to beat a lot in the current meta. Of course, the type itself, by the way, is way worse than the Azumarill, and we have to say that as well. There are 2 double weaknesses in the water and ground, as well as some other weaknesses in rock and fighting, for example. There most likely some more as well that I forgot about now. But as you guys see, this Pokemon has a lot of play in the current meta. I think it's a great move, a Pokemon to have. I think you can set it up quite easily as well. And so I definitely will try out the Coalossal as soon as this Pokemon is going to be available. And there is a video coming up as well for the top teams. We have a top team with Macargo, which is going to be out most likely tomorrow. If you don't want to run Macargo, just use Coalossal. Coalossal is just a better version of it, so definitely check this video out as well for that. Anyway, Coalossal here, the Ultra League, is going to have Incinerate, a Rock Slide, and Flame Charge as well, of course. But also you need it fully XL at 6 attack, 14-14. Is the best one here. If you want to have a level 51, you have 3-15-15 as an option here as well for yourself. This Pokemon is amazing. Like this Pokemon is also amazing in the Ultra League, which is kind of cool. So like this is a must-play event. It's a Pokemon that you are going to be able to encounter in the wild as well. Definitely try to get yourself a good one. Definitely try to get yourself the XL candy. For me, I'm very likely not going to be able to do that because Christmas and yeah, that's what it is. But Roly-Coly is a Pokemon that is a must-have for PvP. Like absolutely must-have for PvP. Speaking of a must-have for PvP, we're going to have Piplup next. Piplup Community Day is coming up next, which is going to be January 4th, so before the Grookey one. This is going to be in the new year. This Pokemon is absolutely amazing and absolutely worth it to get. You get Hydrocan here right now, and as this Pokemon got a new fast move recently and a buff to Drill Peck, it's going to be one of the best Pokemon you can have for PvP. You see on the side here already the PvP IVs that you kind of want to have for this Pokemon, where you're going to have here 0-13-15 or the 1-15-14. And of course, one of the main questions that most people are asking then as well, is it even worth it to have a non-shadow version of this one? And I can tell you already, absolutely. Like, absolutely, it's worth it to have a non-shadow version of this Pokemon build for the Great League. As you can see, it's actually ranked better. It's also more preferred to have a non-shadow Empoleon. So basically, you're going to have a community day here to not only get one of the best Pokemon for the Open Great League for free and super cheap and super easy, but also for the Ultra League, as it's our number 6 spot there. This Pokemon is absolutely fantastic. I don't think it's going to get nerfed anytime soon. Metal Sound is not a move that is ever going to get nerfed, really. It's not a great move directly, but it's going to be basically what gives Empoleon a lot of play here. Hydrocan is going to not get nerfed, and then you have Drill Peck, which is also just only got buffed. So like, yeah, this is going to be here to stay. Empoleon is going to be one of the best Pokemon you can run for both Ultra as well as Great League. So make sure to play this event if you don't have those Pokemon yet. It is absolutely worth it. Next up, we're going to have the New Year's event. And here's the thing as well, basically, there is a new avatar item coming up, which kind of makes me believe that there's very likely going to be some surprise raid event coming up at the same time. I don't think it has been announced or anything like this, but I could be also wrong. Because the thing is here, in the game code, there was a new move found for Blacephalon, which is a Pokemon that is not announced, as far as I know at least, for being one of the raid bosses anytime soon. So like, yeah, it hasn't been announced at all. So I could see that we get for the New Year's event a surprise raid event as well during the new year, most likely for Blacephalon, with the new move of Mind Blown. Mind Blown is a 35 energy move that does 90 damage, which never been seen before, and it has a guaranteed chance to drop your own defense by 4 stages. So like, you have to kind of stop out afterwards because you already don't have bulk, but it's basically a nuke move for 35 energy, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's going to be fun to run. We don't know exactly on when it's coming out, but I saw just some data mine towards that. Just wanted to make sure to say that, because here we see like the avatar items for that. I feel like this is kind of a hint towards that we're going to get a surprise raid event. I have no clear indication, by the way, for that. I have no idea if that's actually going to be happening. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, also have here the one additional raid per day, which you can get from spending $2, so that could even mean that we're going to get something special for that. We have, of course, here the costume rates, which are going to be cool. Shiny boost for Pikachu in the wild, which is kind of nice as well. Generally speaking, I love the New Year's event because I love costume Pokemon. I hope that they let us evolve some of them though as well again, because I don't really like when it's kind of the case that you are not able to evolve those costumes. I feel like that's kind of a bit silly. But as far as I know, you have even a higher chance or whatever to get even luckies or whatever. It's kind of a cool event. I always like this event. They're always kind of cool, nice event theme. Field research, definitely make sure to play this one. But again, I feel like there could be a surprise factor as well with Blizzathlon coming up for this event as well. Alright, for my Master League friends, here we're going to have the Kyurem Fusion Day coming up as well on the 10th of January. This is absolutely important, by the way, as well, where you're going to be able to get apparently both the Kyurem as well as the Reshiram, because as you can see here, you're going to be able to have, you have Reshiram and Kyurem Black basically will appear in raids first, followed by Zekrom and Kyurem White. These raid bosses will alternate every half an hour during event hours. So like basically have all of those 3 Pokemon in those event raids basically, and you're going to be able to get all of them, and all of them have an increased chance of being shiny. So like you have 1 in 10 chance of getting one of those amazing Pokemon as a shiny. You have 20 remote raids, you have more additional raid passes as well. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic event in order to get like those amazing Pokemon, because look at this, like all of them, I guess like the normal Kyurem, like all top 4 here are actually in the top 11 Pokemon for the Go Battle League, for the Master League. And that's kind of wild. Like they're all super meta relevant. Like already just this event can give you a backline that is absolutely perfect. You just need like 1 more Pokemon that's maybe not a dragon or like a Dragon Ice type Pokemon there as well, in order to be prepared for the Go Battle League, because this already is going to give you a lot. Of course, to get this up to the Master League, you need to have a lot of XL candy for both Kyurem as well as Reshiram and Zekrom. But it's going to be absolutely a fantastic event. And with it, we're going to be already at the second to last here for today. We're going to have the Pinch Perfect event, which got announced for January 6th until January 11th, where we're going to get Clog for the first time here. This Pokemon is going to be available in just research, apparently, here. As you can see, it's kind of just field research where you can get it. And you see it here as well, the different kind of time research, apparently, from the 6th until 8th, where you can get like those different kind of crabs. It's, of course, all designed towards those crab Pokemon, which is kind of cool. And we're gonna get a new shiny in Maruda, which is kind of cool. I think it's called, is it called different? It's Dalmice in English, right? It's Maruda is the German name for it. It's Dalmice in English. It's one of the coolest shiny. I love this shiny a lot. I shiny hunted this one actually in the game, so it came out first and got it as well. I love this shiny. It's amazing. There's a cool research here as well, where you're gonna get all of them. I definitely gonna try to showcase this Pokemon as well here. Clog going to be an interesting Pokemon, but it's going to be, as we want to see here, not very relevant for PvP. It's a pure rock type Pokemon, which is already a very bad typing, as we are all knowing, of course. But as we see here as well, it has Rock Tomb, which is kind of the only saving grace for it. It needs kind of better fast move, it needs kind of better coverage, because double rock coverage just doesn't cut it. Bulldoze doesn't really make it better either. Like, yeah, you can debuff opponents with it, but like it's not a good Pokemon. Like, it's not a Pokemon that you really need at all. Like, you could skip the event. But now we're going to have here January in Pokemon GO, where like all the other events kind of are announced, and also give you an overview when stuff is going to be happening. Here we're going to have the Research Breakthrough, which is still the same for the entire season. We have Thunderous, Tornadus, and Genesect coming in as raids. They're all kind of skippable. None of them are really that relevant. Genesect is just still kind of the best one. But we have, for the entire month, the Shadow raids of the Shadow Cresselia, which is honestly not a bad Pokemon at all. Like, Shadow Cresselia definitely has some potential. It's a Pokemon as well that is very good for the Ultra League especially, but Shadow Cresselia, even, by the way, fun fact, you can get a Cresselia from a Shadow raid that is eligible for the Great League, which would be kind of fun as well for some players to get a Pokemon like this, because then you're going to have, if you don't have Cresselia in the Great League yet, it's a good Pokemon there as well. So yeah, Shadow Cresselia, definitely an interesting Pokemon. I kind of want to showcase this Pokemon as well, because it got buffed with Confusion only recently, and so it's an interesting Pokemon for sure. We're going to have a double catch Stardust Spotlight Hour, which is super important, because Fungus already gives you 500 Stardust for each catch. So with this, it's 1,000 Stardust, and with a Star Piece, it's 1,500 per catch of Fungus, and you can get easily like 400 an hour with this Spotlight Hour. And so you're going to be able to get a lot of Stardust here. You can easily get up to 1 million of Stardust just with this Spotlight Hour alone, which is kind of amazing. Like, this is definitely something you shouldn't skip on the 27th of January. And here we're going to have all the events coming up for the next month, basically, lined up here. Basically, we have the Piplup first, we have the Kyurem Fusion Day next, we have the Grookey then as well. In between, you have the Pinch Perfect as well as like yeah, basically here the event as well. We have the high Zapitude. I don't know exactly what's going to be happening there. There is there are kind of, I think, rumors towards it. I don't think there's anything confirmed or whatever that we get the Generation 9 Flying Electric type Pokemon in. Yeah, there have been basically rumors that it could be Killer Watrel, which is generally looking like not a great Pokemon. You have Thundershock, which is alright, which is a good fast move. You have Acrobatics, Thunderbolt, that's just too much energy needed in order to be usable. So Killer Watrel, especially with this one, is very likely not going to be too usable. But again, I have no idea if it's actually going to be the case, but this was kind of rumored to be part of it. It could be one of the new Mega Pokemon. There are a lot of new Mega Pokemon introduced as well in the recent new Legends DA game. Could be something like the Mega Electros or something like this. Could be interesting. Precious Pulse, I have no idea which one is going to be. There are a lot of ones that could be part of it. Could be just kind of more for like cute Pokemon, I don't know. But that's going to be from January 20th until 25th. We have a Shadow Raid Day, and this also goes hand in hand with Precious Pulse taken over, so we're going to be able to get a new Shadow event coming up as well, which is super important, which is going to be amazing, because, yeah, just generally being able to get rid of Forestation is going to be amazing, but getting new Shadow Pokemon is going to be maybe impactful as well for PvP generally. Then we have Into the Death. This could be definitely something towards, yeah, water type Pokemon. A lot of times you would have that, I think. There are a lot of good water Pokemon that are still missing, like the Palafin, for example. And then we have a Dynamax weekend at the end there of this month, starting up to the February. And this is actually a very stacked month, I feel like. I think this is an amazing month to come up. I think January is going to be stacked. There is a lot here to look forward to. Like, we have new Pokemon releases coming up. We have some events that are not announced yet, but which are going to be very interesting. We have a Shadow event coming up. We have Shadow Raid Day coming up. We're going to have, yeah, again, more events that I haven't had here, but mainly the Stardust here on the catch, on the Spotlight Hour is going to be amazing. I catch Stardust. We have Shadow, yeah, Cresselia. The only thing that I kind of would maybe change is the lineup of the legendaries, but maybe some of you still need Thunderous Tornadus or the Genesect, so that's going to be the best for you. But let me know down below, what do you think about it? I think this is going to be an interesting, yeah, month coming up, and I think there is a lot for PvP to look forward to as well. So, like, so many PvP Pokemon that you're going to be able to get now that are going to be super useful. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then.